Listen now and let the night take you. Feel the weight of the blanket upon your shoulders and the softness of your pillow beneath your head. You are safe here in the quiet of your own room, and yet a world away in a time long past, when the only light came from the stars and the moon hung like a silver coin in an endless sky. Tonight we journey to the edge of the great forests where the shadows are deep, and the night air carries a sound that has haunted, fascinated, and comforted humanity since the dawn of memory. The sound of the wolf's howl. Close your eyes and picture it. A great sprawling woodland where the trees reach up to brush against the heavens. The ground is carpeted with fallen leaves, wet with evening dew. There is a stillness here, a profound quiet that seems to hold its breath. And then from somewhere deep within the trees it begins. A single note, long and low, rising and falling like the distant echo of a forgotten song. It is the howl of a wolf, and it carries with it the weight of centuries. Tonight we will explore why wolves howl at night, not just as a biological phenomenon, but as a historical, cultural, and deeply human story that has shaped our relationship with the wild. The bond between humans and wolves is ancient. It stretches back tens of thousands of years to a time when we both walked the same earth, shared the same prey, and gazed at the same stars. Our ancestors knew the wolf, feared it, admired it, and perhaps in some small way understood it. The howl was a constant companion to the long nights of early humanity. It was the voice of the wilderness, and it spoke of danger, of power, and of something deep and untamed within the natural world. But what were they saying? And why, when the sun sank below the horizon, did the wolves raise their heads and sing? Let us begin our journey in the summer of 1347 in a small village nestled in the heart of what is now Germany. The Black Forest, as it would later be called, stood thick and imposing, a wall of evergreen and shadow that separated the world of men from the world of beasts. Here, the villagers lived by the rhythms of the seasons, planting and harvesting, tending their cattle, and seeking protection behind the wooden palisades that encircled their homes. At night, they would gather by the fire in the warmth of their small huts and listen as the sound of the wolves drifted down from the hills. They called it the night voice, and they believed it was a conversation between the animals and the moon itself. You are standing now at the edge of this village. It is late autumn, the year 1347. The harvest is in, and the first chill of winter lies upon the land. You can feel the crispness of the air on your cheeks, smell the smoke from the hearth fires, hear the soft creak of the trees swaying in the breeze. The people here live simple lives, lives bound by the earth and the sky, and they know the sound of the wolf as you know the hum of a passing car. It is a constant, a companion, a reminder of the vastness of the world beyond their fields. The howl comes, as it always does, at twilight, a long, mournful cry that seems to rise from the very heart of the forest. It is met by another, and then another, until a chorus fills the valley. It is beautiful and terrible and comforting all at once. The villagers would whisper among themselves. They believed the wolves were speaking to each other, sharing news of the hunt, warning of danger, or perhaps praising the moon for its light. They would tell stories of shapeshifters and spirits, of wolves that could walk as men, and of ancient kings who had been turned into beasts as punishment for their pride. These were not fools. They were people who lived in a world they did not fully understand, and they filled the gaps in their knowledge with myth and magic, as we all do in some way or another. Now let your mind wander further across the misty isles of Britain to the Iron Age. The year is 43 AD. The Romans are coming, their legions marching across the landscape, bringing with them their roads, their laws, and their gods. But the people of these lands, the Celts, have their own gods, their own beliefs, and their own understanding of the wolf. To them, the wolf is a creature of the other world. They believe the howl is a summoning, a call to the spirits of the ancestors who live in the hills. When the moon is full and the nights are clear, the wolves ascend to the highest peaks and sing their song. The Celts believed that the living could hear the voices of the dead in the howling of the wolves, and that the animals themselves were messengers between the worlds. You are a member of this tribe. You are young, perhaps no more than 15 winters, and you have been sent to the high pasture to guard the sheep from the predators that lurk in the shadows. You sit beneath a giant rock, wrapped in a thick woolen cloak, the cold seeping through the fibers as the hours pass. The stars wheel slowly overhead, a vast celestial tapestry that speaks of time beyond counting. And then you hear it, the howl. It is close, closer than you would like, and your heart begins to pound. You grip your staff tightly, your ears straining to pick out the sound. But as you listen, you find that there is something strangely comforting about the sound. It is not a sound of threat, but of communication, of a world going about its business in the darkness. The wolves are hunting, perhaps, or they are simply acknowledging each other's presence. You hear the call and answer, a call and answer, a rhythm that is as old as the hills themselves. You feel less alone. The wolves are there, and so are you, two creatures of the night, each existing in your own world, yet connected by the vast web of life. You begin to relax, your eyes growing heavy as the distant chorus lulls you into a state of drowsy peace. The scientific truth of the wolf's howl is as fascinating as the myths it inspired. Wolves, like us, are highly social creatures. They live in packs, with complex hierarchies, close bonds, and intricate forms of communication. A howl is not just a sound, it is a message. It can be a rallying cry, a signal to the rest of the pack of a wolf's location. It can be a warning to other packs to stay away from a territory. It can be a greeting, a joyous reunion after a period of separation. It can even be a form of play, a song simply for the joy of singing. And when they howl at night, it is often because the darkness and the stillness make the sound carry farther. The sound waves move through the cold night air more efficiently than during the heat of the day, and the sound can travel for miles across the landscape. It is a practical thing, born of the environment, and yet to us, it is something more. It is mystery, it is romance, and it is a powerful connection to our primal past. Imagine a pack of wolves, deep in the woods of North America in the 17th century. The land is wild, untouched by European settlement. The Native American tribes who live here have existed for millennia alongside the wolf, and they have a profound respect for the animal. They call the wolf brother, and they see it as a teacher, a creature with much to impart about loyalty, courage, and survival. The wolf's howl is not a sound of terror, but a sound of kinship. It is a reminder that they are part of the natural world, not separate from it. It speaks of a sacred relationship between humans and their environment, a relationship that we have, in many ways, lost. You are a member of one of these tribes. You are a young man on your vision quest, a journey to find your purpose and your place in the world. You have climbed to the top of a high hill, and you sit alone, fasting and praying. The sun sets, and the sky is painted in brilliant shades of orange and purple. As the last light fades, the stars emerge, hundreds of thousands of them, pinpricks of light in the vast darkness. And then you hear them, the wolves in the valley below. Their howls rise up, echoing across the rocks and trees, a chorus that is both wild and harmonious. You feel the sound in your bones. It is a moment of profound connection, a sense of belonging that transcends words. The wolves are singing the song of the world, and for a brief moment, you are part of that song. It is a powerful experience, one that will stay with you for the rest of your life, shaping your understanding of the world and your place within it. Now we journey to the frozen north, the land of the Vikings. The year is 793 AD. The longhouses are lit by the glow of the hearth fires, the smoke curling up through the opening in the roof. Outside, the snow falls heavily, blanketing the landscape in a thick, silent layer of white. It is a harsh world, a world of ice and fire, of ancient gods and powerful forces. The Vikings had their own gods, including Odin, the All-Father, who was often depicted with his two wolves, Jerry and Freki. They were creatures of the battlefield and the feast, symbols of the warrior spirit and the insatiable hunger of the world. The howl of the wolf was the sound of the gods themselves, a reminder of their power and their presence in the world. You are a Viking warrior, returning to your village after a long and brutal raid. Your ship has been guided by the stars, and you have finally come home to the warmth of the fire, the comfort of your family, and the familiar smells of the land. You lie on your bed of furs, your muscles aching, your mind still full of the sights and sounds of battle. Sleep comes slowly, but you are safe here in the heart of your own community. You hear it faintly through the walls of the Longhouse, the howling of the wolves. It is a sound you have known since childhood, a sound that has haunted your dreams and shaped your fears. But now it seems different. It is not a sound of the enemy, but a sound of your world, a world that is vast, dangerous, and beautiful. The howling is a lullaby in a way, a reminder that even in the darkness, the cycle of life continues. The wolves hunt, the stars shine, and the world spins on. It is a thought that brings a strange sense of peace, and slowly, your eyes close, and you drift into a deep and dreamless sleep. Centuries pass, and we come to the year 1665. The Great Plague is ravaging London, and the entire world seems to be holding its breath. Death stalks the streets, and fear is a constant companion. Those who can afford it have fled to the countryside, seeking the clean air and the safety of open spaces. Even there, in the villages and estates, the shadow of the plague is ever present. But there, too, the sound of the wolf remains. The forests and moors of England are home to a dwindling population of wolves, hunted to near extinction, their lives as harsh and precarious as those of the humans they sometimes preyed upon. You are a wealthy merchant, one of the few who has survived. You have bought an estate in the remote countryside, far from the stench and the disease of the city. You have servants to attend to your every need, and you have the company of your books and your thoughts. One evening, as winter approaches, you sit in your library, the fire roaring in the grate, a glass of warm wine in your hand. The room is quiet, save for the crackling of the fire. And then you hear it, a howl. It is a sound that sends a shiver down your spine. You are not afraid. You know the wolves are more afraid of you than you are of them. But the sound stirs something within you. It is the voice of the wild, of a world that has not been tamed, of a power that the plague, for all its terror, cannot touch. You think of the thousands who have died, of the world that has been turned upside down, and you find that the howl is, in some strange way, a comfort. It is a reminder that life goes on, that the cycles of nature are not easily broken, that there is an enduring rhythm to the world that persists, even in the face of catastrophe. You lean back in your chair, your eyes closed, and you let the sound wash over you. For the first time in a long time, you feel a sense of peace. The wolf is one of the most adaptable creatures on the planet. It has existed for millions of years, surviving the Ice Age, the rise and fall of empires, and the relentless expansion of human civilization. Its howl is a testament to that endurance. It is a sound that has been heard on every continent, in every climate, from the frozen tundra to the scorching desert. It is a sound that speaks of the primal, the untamed, and the enduring. Now let us travel to the Renaissance, a period of rebirth and discovery. It is the year 1521. The great hall of a castle in Italy is filled with guests. Courtiers, artists, philosophers, and wealthy merchants mingle, their voices echoing off the high stone ceilings. The table is heavy with feasts, and the wine flows freely. But outside, in the hills that surround the castle, the night belongs to the wild animals. The deer graze in the meadows, the foxes hunt in the undergrowth, and the wolves gather on the rocky slopes. You are a guest at this castle. You are a scholar from the University of Bologna, and you have come to study the architecture of the building and the ancient manuscripts that are held in the library. You have spent the day reading, your mind filled with ideas of art and history, of the new world and the old. As the evening's festivities reach their peak, you feel the need for fresh air. You make your way to one of the high balconies, a place away from the noise and the smoke of the candles. You look out at the landscape, the distant hills dark against the starry sky. You see the lights of a village far below, small pinpricks of gold in the vast darkness. The air is cold and clean, and then you hear it, the howl of a wolf. It is a pure sound, untainted by the complexities of human society, a sound that is at once ancient and immediate. It reminds you that, for all our achievements, we are still part of the natural world, subject to its laws and often at its mercy. The howl is a humbling thought, one that brings you back to the earth and to the simple, profound reality of your own existence. The howl of a wolf is not just a single note. It is a complex pattern of sounds, a symphony of melody and meaning. Scientists have studied wolf howls for decades, and they have identified a rich vocabulary of vocalizations. A wolf can howl for a variety of reasons: to assemble the pack, to signal a change in the hunt, to warn rivals, or simply to communicate with friends and family. Each wolf has its own unique voice, and a skilled listener can often tell one wolf from another. It is a form of language, as rich and complex as any human tongue. Now we journey to the Americas in the year 1789. The American Revolution is over, and the new nation is finding its feet. The frontier is a vast, unexplored territory, a land of opportunity and danger. The pioneers who venture into these lands are hardy souls, accustomed to hardship and self-reliance. They carve their homes out of the wilderness, building cabins and clearing fields, and they live with the constant presence of the wild. For them, the wolf is a fierce competitor, a predator that preys on their cattle and their flocks, and a threat to their families. The The wolf's howl is a sound of warning, a reminder of the perils that lie just beyond the clearing. You are a pioneer woman living in a small cabin in the Kentucky wilderness. It is the winter of 1789 and the snow is deep. Your husband is away hunting for food and you are alone with your two young children. The fire in the hearth is your only comfort, casting a warm glow on the rough-hewn walls. You have spent the day mending clothes and making bread, and as you settle in for the evening, you hear the howling of the wolves in the woods. They are close, too close for comfort. Your heart races, and you gather your children close to you, clutching a heavy iron poker in your hand. The hours pass slowly, the howling growing louder and more insistent, until it seems to be coming from every direction at once. You are terrified, but then a strange thing happens. The howling begins to feel less like a threat and more like a presence, a part of the night that is simply there. You realize that the wolves are not trying to get into your cabin, they are just doing what wolves do. They are hunting, communicating, surviving. You feel your fear begin to fade, replaced by a feeling of awe and wonder. You are just a small part of this vast world, and so are they. You lean back in your chair, your children sleeping in your arms, and you listen. You listen to the chorus of the wolves, and it becomes a lullaby, a wild and beautiful lullaby that carries you into the dreamy realm of sleep. The sound of a wolf's howl can be heard for many miles, its haunting notes echoing across valleys and plains, reaching ears that are ready to listen. It is a sound that has inspired poets, writers, and musicians for centuries. It speaks of solitude, of vast landscapes, of a world that is both beautiful and dangerous. The howl of a wolf is the voice of the wilderness itself. Let us now travel to the 19th century, the era of the great explorers and naturalists. The year is 1872, and Yellowstone has just become the world's first national park. It is a land of geysers and hot springs, of towering mountains and roaring waterfalls, of vast forests and wide plains. It is a land that is still wild, a land where wolves still roam. The park is a place of wonder, and it draws visitors from all over the world who come to witness the beauty of the American wilderness. You are a member of a scientific expedition sent to explore and document the park. You are a man of science, a naturalist, armed with a notebook and a keen eye. You travel on horseback, accompanied by a team of guides and fellow scientists. The days are filled with observation, with cataloging plants and animals, with marveling at the geological wonders. But the nights are a different matter. The nights are for sleeping, for resting, for recovering your strength. But the nights are also for listening. You lie in your tent, the canvas walls barely filtering the sounds of the world outside. You hear the wind, the rustling of the trees, the distant cry of a bird. And then you hear it, the howl of a wolf. It is a sound unlike anything you have ever heard. It is wild, primal, and deeply moving. It is the sound of the untamed world, a world that is not yet tamed by the hand of man. You realize in that moment that you are in the presence of something sacred, something that has been here long before you arrived and will be here long after you are gone. The howl fills you with a sense of humility and awe. Throughout history, the wolf has played a vital role in the balance of ecosystems. As a predator, it helps to control the populations of its prey, which in turn allows the health of the land to flourish. Without the wolf, the balance is broken and the earth suffers. This is a lesson we have learned, often the hard way, and it is a lesson that the wolf has taught us for millennia. The howl is a call to the wild, a reminder of the intricate web of life of which we are a part. In the 20th century, the wolf faced its greatest challenge. As human civilization expanded, the wolf's natural habitat was destroyed, and the population was driven to near extinction in many parts of the world. The wolf was seen as a pest, a danger to livestock, and a threat to human safety. In the United States, the government launched a series of campaigns to exterminate the wolves, using poison, traps, and hunting parties. By the 1930s, the wolf was virtually extinct in the lower 48 states. It was a time of profound loss, a time when the voice of the wilderness was all but silenced. But the story of the wolf does not end there. In the 1970s, the wolf was placed on the endangered species list, and a massive effort was launched to bring it back. Wolves were reintroduced into Yellowstone National Park in 1995, and their return had a dramatic and positive impact on the park's ecosystem. The wolves began to control the elk population, which allowed the vegetation to recover, which in turn led to the return of beavers and songbirds, and even changed the course of rivers. The return of the wolf was a triumph of conservation, a testament to the resilience of nature and the power of human kindness. You are a park ranger in Yellowstone today. It is the present day, and you have the privilege of working in one of the most beautiful places on Earth. You are a guardian of the wild, and you spend your days protecting the land and its inhabitants. One evening, you are on a routine patrol, driving along a winding road as the sun begins to set. The sky is painted in brilliant colors, and the air is cool and fresh. You decide to stop for a moment, to get out of your truck, and to listen. You walk to a high overlook, and you take in the vastness of the landscape, and then you hear it, the howl of a wolf. It is a sound that fills you with joy because you know that it is a sound of success, a sound of life, a sound of hope. The wolf is back, and the wilderness is complete once again. You feel a deep sense of pride and satisfaction. You are a small part of this story, and you are glad to be here, listening to the song of the wolf. The howl of a wolf is a reminder that we are not alone in the world. We share the planet with a multitude of creatures, each with its own story, its own purpose, its own voice. The howl is a call to connection, a reminder of the bonds that unite us all. It is a sound that can be heard in the darkness, a sound that speaks of courage and of the enduring strength of the natural world. Now we travel to the Arctic tundra in the year 1911. The snow stretches as far as the eye can see, a white, frozen landscape of breathtaking beauty. The temperature is far below zero, and the wind whips across the plains, making it feel even colder. Here, at the edge of the world, the wolves are the kings of the winter landscape. They are the Arctic wolves, a subspecies that has adapted to the harshest environment on Earth. They are beautiful, with their white coats and their piercing amber eyes, and they move with a grace that is both powerful and elegant. You are a trapper, a man who has chosen to live a life of solitude in the far north. You have built your small cabin on the shores of a frozen lake, and you spend your days in the pursuit of furs, in the silent dance of the hunt. The world you inhabit is vast and empty, and you have grown used to the silence. One night, as you sit by the fire in your cabin, the flames casting flickering shadows on the walls, you hear the howling of the wolves. It is a sound you have heard many times before, and yet it never fails to move you. The howls come from the distant ice, carried on the wind, and they are the voice of the Arctic itself. You feel a connection to these creatures, these animals that survive where few others can. They are a part of your world, a part of your life, a part of the great cycle of existence. You blow out your candle, and you lie in the darkness, listening. The howling fades into the background, becoming a part of the fabric of the night, and you are not alone. Let us now imagine the wolf not as a creature of the wild, but as a creature of our dreams. When you hear a wolf howl in your sleep, what does it mean? Is it a symbol of fear, a warning, a call from your subconscious? Or is it a symbol of your own wild nature, a reminder of the freedom and power that lies within you? The wolf in our dreams is often a guide, a creature that leads us through the darkness of our own minds, helping us to find our way. It is a symbol of instinct, of intuition, of the ancient knowledge that lies buried deep within us. The howl is the voice of that inner wisdom, calling us to listen, to pay attention, to trust our own instincts. You are a modern person living in a bustling city. You have a busy life filled with deadlines and commitments, with endless tasks and responsibilities. You go to bed after a long day, and you close your eyes, hoping to escape the noise of the world. In your dreams, you find yourself in a forest, a place of ancient trees and soft moonlight. You are walking along a path, and you hear the howl of a wolf. It is a sound that is strangely familiar, a sound that echoes in your heart. You are not afraid. You stop and you listen. The howl is a message, a whisper from a part of yourself that you have forgotten. It is a call to connect with something deeper, something more real than the busy world of your daily life. The dream fades, but the memory of the howl stays with you. It is a gentle reminder of the wildness within, the beauty, and the power that is yours to claim. The wolf howl is more than a biological fact. It is a cultural touchstone, a symbol that has been used in countless stories, paintings, and songs. From the Roman she-wolf who nursed the founders of Rome, to the fearsome wolves of fairy tales like Little Red Riding Hood, to the majestic wolves of modern nature documentaries, the wolf has been a constant presence in our collective imagination. The howl is the signature of that presence. It is the sound that announces the wolf, and it fills us with a wide range of emotions: fear, awe, admiration, and wonder. Let us now travel to the Great Plains of America in the year 1848. The wagon trains are rolling westward, carrying settlers who seek a new life in the promised land of California and Oregon. The prairie stretches out before them, a vast, grassy ocean that seems to have no end. They travel in caravans, protecting each other from the dangers of the trail. They face harsh weather, disease, and the constant threat of attack from the Native American tribes who see the settlers as invaders. And they face the wolves. You are a young boy traveling with your family in a covered wagon. You have been on the trail for months, and you have seen many things: the endless plains, the towering mountains, the rushing rivers. You have also seen death, the grave of those who did not survive the journey. It is a hard life, but you are full of hope, full of dreams of a better future. One night, as the camp settles in for the evening, you hear the howling of the wolves. It is a sound that sends a chill down your spine. You are a child, and the darkness is full of dangers. But your father, a strong and brave man, tells you not to be afraid. He tells you that the wolves are not coming for the camp. They are hunting on the plains, just as they have always done. He tells you that the howl is a song of the wild, and that you are lucky to hear it. You lie in your bedroll, listening to the sound, and you begin to see it as your father does. It is a song, a beautiful and wild song, and it is a part of the great adventure of your life. The howls fade into the distance, and you fall asleep, dreaming of a new home. In the year 1771, the great English naturalist Gilbert White published his seminal work, The Natural History of Selborne. In it, he wrote of the natural world with a detailed eye and a lyrical touch. He observed the creatures of his home parish, and he recorded his findings with patience and wonder. He wrote about the birds, the insects, and the animals. He wrote about the weather and the changing of the seasons. His work is a classic of nature writing, a testament to the beauty of the world and the joy of observation. He never wrote about the wolf, as it had been extinct in England for centuries, but you can imagine what he would have thought of it. He would have seen it as a magnificent creature, a perfect piece of the natural machine, and he would have listened to its howl with a sense of profound respect. Now we journey to the year 2025, the present day, and we find ourselves in a world that is more connected than ever before. We can watch wolves in their natural habitat on our screens, study their behavior with sophisticated technology, and listen to their howls in high-quality audio. We have learned so much about these creatures, but they still hold an element of mystery. They are still a symbol of the wild, a reminder of a world that exists beyond our cities and our screens. The howl of a wolf is a bridge to that world, a sound that carries the spirit of the past and the promise of the future. You are a student of history, a person who is fascinated by the stories of the past. You are in your room, surrounded by books, by the accumulated knowledge of centuries. You are reading a paper about the wolves of Yellowstone, the story of their near extinction and their miraculous return. You are moved by the story, by the resilience of the wolves and the dedication of the people who brought them back. You put down the book and you look out the window. The world outside is quiet, the city lights twinkling in the distance. You imagine what it would be like to hear a wolf howl in the wilderness, to be a part of that world, and you feel a connection, a sense of kinship with these ancient creatures. The howl is a story of endurance, of survival, of a world that is full of wonder. It is a story that you are proud to be a part of. The wolf's howl is also a response to the moon. For centuries, humans believed that wolves howled because they were drawn to the light of the moon, that they were calling to the celestial body as a form of worship. This idea is deeply embedded in our folklore and our literature. The image of a lone wolf, its head thrown back, howling at a full moon, is one of the most powerful and evocative images of the natural world. And while scientists have found no direct correlation between the wolf's howl and the phases of the moon, there is a connection. The moon provides light, and wolves, like other predators, use the light of the moon to hunt. So in a way, they are responding to the moon, even if they are not consciously worshipping it. The howl is a sound of the night, a sound that is amplified and enhanced by the light of the moon. You are a photographer, a person who has dedicated your life to capturing the beauty of the natural world. You have traveled to every corner of the globe, from the rainforests of the Amazon to the deserts of the Sahara. You have seen things that most people can only dream of. One night, you are in Yellowstone, and you are determined to capture the perfect image of a wolf howling at the moon. You have set up your camera on a remote hillside, and you wait. The hours pass and the cold begins to seep into your bones, but you are patient, you know that the wait will be worth it. And then it happens. A wolf, a magnificent grey wolf, emerges from the shadows. It stands on a ridge, its silhouette stark against the bright face of the moon. It raises its head and it howls. The sound is pure and clear, and it echoes across the valley. You press the shutter release, capturing the image forever. It is a perfect moment, a moment of pure magic. The wolf is the embodiment of the wild, the howl is the voice of the earth, and the moon is the eternal witness. You have captured it all. You lower your camera and you listen. The howl fades away and the night is silent again, but you know you will never forget the sound. The wolf's howl is a sound that transcends time and culture. It is a universal language, a call that speaks to something deep within us. It is a sound of connection, a reminder that we are a part of a world that is vast, beautiful, and full of mystery. It is a sound that has the power to soothe, to inspire, and to bring us peace. As you lie here, in the comfort of your own bed, you can hear it if you listen closely. The howl of the wolf, drifting on the gentle breeze of memory, carrying you away to a world of ancient forests and silver light. Now let your mind drift deeper into the lore. In the year 1066, William the Conqueror invaded England, and the fate of a nation was decided. But even as the armies clashed, the wolves of the land continued their lives, their howls a constant backdrop to the drama of human history. They were unaware of the change, of the shift in power, of the new laws that would be imposed upon the land. They knew only the seasons, the hunt, and the enduring rhythm of the wild. Their howl was a testament to a world that existed beyond the reach of kings and soldiers, a world of timeless truths and simple necessities. In the 16th century, the Spanish conquistadors brought their horses and their guns to the New World, and they changed everything. They brought with them new diseases, new technologies, and a new world order. They also brought with them their fear of the wolf. The wolf in Europe had been a symbol of danger and darkness, a creature of the night that haunted the imaginations of the peasantry. The conquistadors carried that fear with them, and they saw the wolves of the New World through that lens. But the Native Americans they encountered had a very different view. They saw the wolf as a teacher, a guide, a creature of great power and wisdom. The clash of these two worldviews, the European and the Native American, would have a profound impact on the fate of the wolf. Now we think of the wolf's howl as a sound of the night, but it is also a sound of the dawn. In the early hours of the morning, just before the sun breaks over the horizon, the wolves often sing their most beautiful songs. It is a time of transition, a time when the night gives way to the day, and the world is suspended in a moment of perfect stillness. The howls of the wolves at dawn are a celebration of a new day, a reaffirmation of life, a call to the cycle of existence. It is a sound of hope, of renewal, of the eternal promise of the earth. The wolf has been a part of our story for as long as we have been human. It is a creature that we have feared, admired, and misunderstood. And yet, through it all, the howl has remained. It is a sound that has not changed in all those millennia, a sound that is as ancient as the hills, as powerful as the sea. It is a sound that is deeply embedded in our collective unconscious, and it speaks to us on a level that is beyond words. When we hear the howl of a wolf, we are hearing the voice of our own history, the echo of our primal past, the song of the earth. Think of the wolf as a character in a grand narrative, a narrative that has been unfolding for thousands of years. In this narrative, the wolf is both a friend and a foe, a hero and a villain, a symbol of all that is wild and untamed within us. It is a creature that has inspired some of our greatest works of art, from the cave paintings of our ancestors to the films of today. It has been a character in our myths, our legends, and our fairy tales. It has been a king, a monster, a god, and a teacher. And always, its howl has been its voice, its way of telling its story, its way of communicating with the world. Now imagine a cold winter's night in the year 1642. England is in the grip of a civil war, and the future of the kingdom is uncertain. The countryside is filled with soldiers and refugees, with fear and suffering. In a small village, far from the fighting, a woman sits by her fire. She is a widow, her husband lost to a battle far away. Her children are asleep, their faces peaceful and innocent. She is alone with her thoughts, her heart heavy with grief and worry. She hears the howling of the wolves in the nearby woods. In the past, the sound would have terrified her, but now it is a strange comfort. The wolves are out there and they are surviving. They are hunting, feeding, caring for their young. They are doing what they have always done, and they are not concerned with the human war. The howl is a reminder that the world is bigger than her own problems, that the wheel of life continues to turn, that there is a peace and a rhythm to existence that cannot be destroyed by human conflict. She feels her grief begin to ease. She knows that the morning will come, and the sun will rise, and the wolves will still be there, and so will she. She closes her eyes, and she lets the howl carry her into a restful, dreamless sleep. The wolf's howl can also be a sound of loss. When a wolf loses a member of its pack, the others will often howl for hours, a chorus of mourning that echoes across the landscape. It is a sound of pure emotion, a sound of grief and loneliness. It is a sound that reminds us of the deep bonds that form within a wolf pack, the strong family ties that are so similar to our own. The howl of loss is a testament to the power of connection, the pain of separation, and the enduring strength of love. It is a sound that touches our hearts because we know that kind of pain. It is a sound that speaks to our shared humanity. Let us now travel to the year 1776, a year of revolution. The American colonies are fighting for their independence from Great Britain, and the world is watching. The soldiers on both sides are enduring great hardships, facing hunger, disease, and the constant threat of death. They are far from home, from their families, from everything they hold dear. In the quiet of the night, when the camp is settled and the day's fighting is done, they lie in their tents and they listen. They hear the sounds of the night, the crickets, the wind, the distant rustle of leaves, and sometimes they hear the howl of a wolf. It is a sound that fills them with a strange mix of emotions. It is a sound of home, of the wild lands they are fighting to defend, a sound that reminds them of the world they have left behind. It is also a sound of danger, a reminder of the perils that lurk in the untamed landscape. But more than anything, it is a sound of connection, a sound that unites them with each other and with the land they are fighting for. The howl of the wolf is, in a strange way, a sound of patriotism, a call to the spirit of the wilderness that defines their new nation. The wolf has been a part of human history for as long as we have had history. It has been a subject of our art, our literature, and our science. It has been a source of fear, a source of inspiration, and a source of wonder. It has been a creature that we have tried to understand, to control, to destroy, and finally to protect. The howl is the wolf's contribution to that long conversation. It is its voice, its message, its way of being a part of the world. Now we return to the present. We live in a world of concrete and steel, of electric lights and digital screens. The wilderness is a place we visit, a place we preserve, a place we watch from a distance. And yet, the howl of the wolf still finds us. It finds us in our dreams, in our stories, in the quiet moments when we stop and listen to the world around us. It is a sound that has not lost its power. It still speaks to us of ancient times, of vast landscapes, of the wildness that is within us all. It is a sound that can soothe our troubled minds, quiet our restless thoughts, and guide us gently into the realm of sleep. Think of the wolf as a guardian of the night. It is there in the darkness, watching over the sleeping world. Its howl is a lullaby, a song of protection, a gentle reassurance that the world is safe, that the cycle of life continues, that you are part of a vast and beautiful tapestry. When you hear the howl, you can let go of your worries, release your tension, and drift off into a peaceful sleep. The wolf is watching, and everything is okay. In the forests of Europe, in the year 1427, a monk sits in his cell, copying a manuscript by candlelight. He is a quiet man, a man of faith and contemplation. He has been a monk for 20 years, and he has spent his life in prayer and study. His cell is small and simple, with a wooden bed, a small desk, and a shelf of books. The only window looks out onto a small courtyard, and beyond that, the forest. He hears the howl of a wolf, and he stops his work. He listens. The howl is a sound that he has heard many times before, and it has always filled him with a sense of wonder. It is a sound of creation, a sound of the divine, a reminder of the power and majesty of God. He closes his eyes, and he says a prayer of thanks. He prays for the wolf, for the wild, for the beauty of the world that God has made. He feels a deep sense of peace. The howl fades away, and he returns to his work. He knows that the night is a sacred time, and the wolf is a part of that sacredness. Now we consider the wolf's howl as a form of music. It has a rhythm, a melody, a structure that is both ancient and universal. It is a song that has been sung since the dawn of time, a song that is passed down from generation to generation. It is a song of the earth, a song of the sky, a song of the heart. When you hear the howl, you are listening to a piece of music that is older than any human composition, a music that is written in the very fabric of the world. It is a music that can heal, that can calm, that can inspire. It is a music that can carry you away to a place of peace and tranquility. Let us imagine a world without the wolf's howl. It is a world that is quieter, perhaps, but also a world that is poorer. It is a world that has lost a part of its soul, a part of its wildness, a part of its mystery. The wolf's howl is not just a sound, it is a symbol of all that is wild and free in the world. It is a reminder of the beauty that exists beyond our cities, beyond our screens, beyond our carefully constructed lives. It is a sound that we need to hear for our own mental health, for our own spiritual well-being, for our own sense of connection to the world. Now you are lying in your bed in the quiet of your own room. The night is still and the world is silent, but if you listen closely you can hear it, the howl of the wolf. It is faint, a distant memory of sound, but it is there. It is the voice of the wilderness calling to you from across the ages. It is a voice that is filled with ancient wisdom, with a deep sense of peace, with a love of the world that is both profound and eternal. Let that voice wash over you. Let it carry you away to a place of quiet, a place of calm, a place of sleep. The howl is a lullaby, a gentle song that will guide you into the realm of dreams. And as you drift off to sleep, remember the story of the wolf. Remember the ancient forests, the misty hills, the frozen tundra. Remember the people who have lived alongside the wolf, who have feared it, admired it, and loved it. Remember the long journey of the wolf, from the dawn of time to the present day. And remember the howl, the beautiful, haunting, eternal howl of the wolf. It is the sound of the night, the sound of the wild, and the sound of your own heart, beating in time with the rhythm of the world. Sleep well and dream of wolves. The story of the wolf and its howl is a story that will never end. As long as there are wolves, there will be howls. As long as there are humans, there will be ears to listen. The howl will continue to echo across the valleys, across the mountains, across the vast and beautiful tapestry of the world. It is a sound of hope, a sound of life, a sound of peace. It is a sound that we carry with us, always a part of our heritage, our history, and our humanity. The wolf's howl is a song that will never be forgotten. It is a song that belongs to all of us. And now, as you close your eyes, it is a song that belongs to you. Let it be your lullaby.